Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of our Let's Play series. I am Pathfinder. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having an awesome day. Guys, check it out. We have tons of totems. This is nuts. We now have 5 totems of Undying. Now, I know this isn't a hardcore series, so they're not quite as important or as, I guess, valuable, but still pretty cool. So, if you guys are wondering how we got so many totems, we had a raid happen, and we had a raid happen here at our house. It actually happened on a live stream last weekend. And so, if you're curious to see how the raid went, it actually went really well. Me building all of these not building, but planting all of these cactuses everywhere around my base turned out to be really helpful. They just spawned several times. They spawned down here, and for them to try and run up and get me, they would just bounce off of the cactuses like they were pinballs. It was hilarious. So if you remember back when I built this house way back in like episode 5 or something, I talked about putting cactuses down as a natural defense against mobs. I am sure many of you thought that I was crazy and that's ridiculous, but it worked. It worked, and it was great. So if you're interested, go check out the live stream. It happened at the end of the stream. That way you can kind of see how it all went down. But yeah, that's how we ended up with all these totems. We got some books. I think we got almost 50 emeralds. So that was pretty cool, you guys. Pretty cool. But for today, we have a different plan in mind, and I think we should get started. We actually are going to build over in this direction. And one of the things that I want to do, well, the only thing I want to do today is we are going to build a balloon. We're going to build a hot air balloon here in the sky. I have wanted to have a balloon in this world for a long time. Now, it will purely be for aesthetics for right now because we don't have elytra, so we won't be able to get up to it. But I think it'll look really cool. I have wanted one in the world for a long time. I haven't built a hot air balloon in years. So not really sure how it's going to work, but I'm pretty excited. So first things first, we need to go down. Here, we can carry 2 totems. Why not? It's cool. We need to go down and gather up some materials because we're going to make it a red balloon. We're going to need lots of red wool. So let's run down here, and we're going to need 2 things. We will need some shears. There's at least 1 set of shears. We'll probably need more. Do we have more here? Nope. And then we're going to need lots of red dye. Okay, so we can go through. We can take these. And let's go through and make a bunch of red dye. And we're going to run up and make some more shears, and we're going to run up and dye these sheep because we're going to need stacks and stacks and stacks. So there we go, a couple shears. We'll take all of our totems, why not? It's fun. So I will meet you guys up there. We're going to run all the way up here to the barn, and let's get some red sheep going. And here we are, top of the world. Made it up to our barn. Let's go through and color all these sheep red. Might as well. We need them all red. We can turn them back whatever color we want later. We have lots of dye. So this is going to take forever. We're going to dye all the sheep, as many as we can. And then we're going to go through and shear them all. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? So the plan is to go through and build like a little dirt platform in the sky after we get all the sheep, after we get all the red wool. And from the dirt platform, hopefully we can come up with some sort of plan for a balloon. Hoping this one won't be too difficult, but you never know. Building way up in the sky without elytra, always kind of a dangerous proposition. Who knows, maybe I'll build it over the water. But for now, let's get the sheep together. All right, well, I think we have officially turned every sheep that we own red. So now, for the fun and painstaking process of collecting stacks and stacks of red wool. All right, guys, I'm going to collect some wool, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I have to say I'm really surprised because I haven't really utilized this farm that much in terms of needing to get wool. And we went through and just used the 2 shears that we brought up here with us, and we got all this wool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 14 stacks. It hasn't even been 2 full Minecraft days yet. Literally, you just run around in a circle around this pond, and they grow their wool back so fast. It was super efficient. I mean, for not being like an automated wool farm, that was really easy. Hopefully this should be more than enough wool for our project. All right, let's go home. Okay, so I think we're ready to finally get started on the project here. We've gathered up all of our materials, and as you can see, I built that beauty back behind me. Built this thing up in the sky. Wasn't exactly sure what the best way to go about building a balloon was going to be, so we just made a big platform. Got some supplies up there, and I'm pretty sure that's the height I want and the area I want, so let's run over and check it out. Okay, and here we are. So this is the platform in the sky that we've made, and I wasn't exactly sure what the best way to go about building a balloon up in the air was. So yeah, we made this. I think this is about as safe as I can get. I don't know how wide the balloon will end up being, so we may have to expand it out a little bit, but I'm hoping this will be big enough that if we fall off of anything, we'll be fine. So we've got our supplies up here. So we got tons of supplies already. Climbing up takes forever, but getting down is not so bad. We can just jump off and made a little pool down there to jump into, so we should be good. I think this is a good height. The clouds will cut through the middle of the balloon, which I think will be cool. Let's just get started and see what we can come up with. I want to start with a basket first. So that's what we're going to do. I will show you guys what we come up with here in just a minute. Well, and there you have it. That is our basic basket. So I like the way the mud blocks look. Um, I don't know why. It kind of looks like a basket to me. We're going to throw some banners on the side. Can we put that there? We can. Perfect. All right, so we got ourselves a little basket here. We can start on the actual balloon now. So I just got a little torch in there for right now. That won't stay there for very long. For the actual balloon, I think we'll just go with something like this. So we'll just go through and kind of fill this in. And this will be the start of our balloon. Now, the rest of the balloon I will kind of show you as we go along. It is a little bit tricky. It involves lots of falling and lots of leaning off. We're going to have to build platforms that are going to come way out here in dirt. So I'll bring you guys along with me as we work on it. All right, as you guys can kind of see, the going is a little bit slow, but we knew it would be that way for something of this size, and it's just kind of an awkward situation to build around, but it's going pretty well. I think what we're going to go for on this, whoa, see, happens all the time. I think what we're going to go for on this shape is more of a like teardrop. So like an upside down teardrop or an upside down raindrop. I want it to be kind of longer and more stretched out. So I think eventually we'll try to build maybe a couple of balloons. Probably not this episode, but we will make some that are perfectly round. We'll make some that are this teardrop shape. But for now, teardrop is the first one we're going to make. And yeah, it's coming along. It's getting there. Takes a lot of concentration to build something like this up in the sky. As you can see, lots of scaffolding. All right, so we've gotten to a point where we're going to have to definitely expand our platform. It needs to be, I think we're going to have these come out back to here. I've kind of marked out as far back as I think they'll need to come to be able to extend the balloon out. And as you can see, we are short on each side. So we started out with a 10 by 10 platform. And, well, 10, I just went 10 out in each direction from the center and filled it in. That's not going to be enough. We're going to need more supplies. We're going to definitely need more dirt. So let's go get some more supplies. All right, so we have widened the platform now. We got more room. I tried to give myself a little bit of extra room if I fall off the back of these things. But yeah, this thing's getting to be pretty tall at this point in time, and I think we are not even halfway. I don't think this is even half as tall as it's going to be. It's pretty massive. It's huge. And in the end, I think it has to be, I think we're going to have to make it really large so that, when we're way over there, it'll look like it'll be something that we'll be able to easily see and identify from a distance. So, yeah, now that we've got this built, I do not have any more scaffolding. I'm out of string. So we're just going to have to use dirt blocks from this point in time on. This will have to be our main base scaffolding and just kind of go from there. So let's get back to work. Wow, we did it. I think we made it all the way to the top finally. I don't think it is going to end up being any taller. I think our basic shape is done. We just have to kind of go in and round off the edges here. But this is exciting. This is really good news because, man, this thing is massive. And I was starting to get concerned if we were going to have enough wool to be able to finish this. To be honest with you, I'm still not sure that we will have enough wool, but we're going to go through and get this thing as close to done as possible. And hopefully we don't have to go get any more wool for it. But we're going to go through and put the top on. And this is the top. We did it. We made it to the top of it. We're going to put carpet down. Of course, I don't have any carpet with me, but we're going to put carpet down. Jeez, I had to back up so many times and look at this thing. I couldn't see what I was doing. But I think now we've got it all done. We just kind of have to go through and fill in the edges. Let's take a look. Yeah, So you just kind of have to fill in these little holes along the way. Jeez, this thing is massive. This is such a huge project. I'm going to get some carpet. I thought I had... There we go. We got plenty of carpet. And I'm going to start to put carpet on these top edges. And we're going to fill in all these little holes. Try to round it out a little bit. Exciting. We are down to filling in the last gap right here. Let's jump inside of this thing and take one last look inside and see if we need to light it up better. We don't want mobs spawning in here. I think we should be good, but it does look kind of cool. Let's go in and see. Oh yeah, look at this thing. Oh, the symmetry. That was one of the best parts about building this thing, was the symmetry. It was so much fun. I don't think anything's going to be able to spawn in here. Nothing to spawn up there. I guess I do have a few spots where maybe it's not exactly symmetrical on the inside, but on the outside it is. So that's okay. I think we are good on the inside. I don't think anything is going to spawn in here. So we can fill it up. Let's go ahead and put the final pieces on. Let's see. We need to do this. We do 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're just going to put one right there. Put one right there. We'll break this. And I think that's it. I think we're done. Let's take down the scaffolding. Oh, this is exciting. We've got all the carpeting across the top. We have filled in all of the bits. Everything should be in there. Wow. This thing is like a, I mean, just look at it. It's like a geometric, symmetrical, I don't even know. This thing is insane. And it's so big. And when we were down looking at it from below, it doesn't look like it's this ridiculously gigantic. But it is. So I think let's add, we've got a few more little touches to add. So we're going to put some more banners on. I think these final banners will look cool. So let's put some more banners on. All right, pretty cool. We got all of our banners on. I think the balloon is finished with one exception. I'm going to go through and I want to add these chains to the underside of this basket, which means I'm going to have to tear all this down, climb down a little bit, and use my scaffolding to kind of reach out and put them on there. I think it'll look like strings, like the strings that you would use to tie it down once it gets down to the ground. So I'm going to go through, tear this all apart, put the chains on, and then we'll jump back and take a look at the finished product. Wow, and there we have it, our finished product. We have our first hot air balloon in this world, and I couldn't be happier with the way that it turned out. I think it looks awesome. It is such a cool thing to add to your world, just to kind of give something into the skyline, and I couldn't be happier with the way that it turned out. I love the shape of it. We will ultimately add more. We'll make some traditional rounder ones out here, because when I think of the desert, I often think of hot air balloons. I know that in places like New Mexico and Arizona, in desert arid areas, they have lots of hot air balloon festivals. And so when I picture hot air balloons in my mind, I picture a landscape like this, more of like a desert landscape. And so I think it fits great with our world, and I love it. Let's take a look at it just from a couple different angles. I want to get up close so you guys can see the chains hanging off, kind of get a look at it from the ground up close, and then we'll take a look at it at nighttime. Let's go check it out up close. All right, here's what it looks like up much closer to it. And I guess with as high as it is in the air, it doesn't even render the banners from down here. So I guess the banners will ultimately just be something that we'll only ever be able to see once we get our elytra. But yeah, this thing is awesome. Look how look how high off the ground this thing is. This is so cool. Oh, it looks awesome from underneath. That is just a crazy looking build. But from down here, at least you can see the chains have rendered, and the chains kind of give it that look like there's ropes hanging off the bottom of it. You can kind of see it there. We'll move around a little bit. There you go. You can see him from here a little bit. And so I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I wish you could see the banners from down here. We cannot. But the chains, you can see them. And I like that little feature. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm curious to see what it looks like at nighttime. So let's take a look at this thing at nighttime as well. Wow, it looks great at night too. Man, I love the way this thing turned out. With the one piece of glowstone down at the bottom, it absolutely looks like there's a fire going inside of it. Gosh, that looks so cool. I love this. Oh my goodness. Looks great at night. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed. I had a great time. This was a really fun build. Like I said, it's something I've wanted to add to our world for a while now. I think it looks awesome. It adds such a cool piece to our skyline. And I'm excited to wake up and run around in the Minecraft world and see that up there every day. I think it's pretty awesome. Thank you everyone for watching. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. If you are enjoying the series, it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe to the channel. It would help out a lot. Thank you so much again, everyone. And remember, always make your own path.